What's up, YouTube? My name is Ebony. Thank you for clicking on my first ever video, my first ever tutorial on my channel. This is a brow tutorial. A lot of people ask me about my brows, so I'm just going to make a video about my brows. As you can see, my brows are thin and they're not as full as like the average, I don't know, girl with like thick eyebrows. But we just gonna make it do what it do. We're gonna start off with the Benefit Cosmetics eyebrow pencil in the shade 5. This is the OG. I like the NYX brow pencil in Expresso. That one's good. And then I also got the L.A Colors brow pencil in Espresso as well. Don't sleep on that. And you got your Pro Conceal. That's the stuff. And then I got my flathead concealer brush. Girl, I need another one, but it's still working. It's still going. My brows still come out nice. A foundation brush, a mirror. I thought I heard something. So how you want to start your brows is you want to brush your brow hairs up, and then you want to do how I'm doing. Turn the pencil sideways and shape your brow. This is a preview of what you're doing. So you can do it right. You can do it correctly. You know, don't come out looking sloppy because you don't got no shape, or you just have this imaginary shape of a brow in your head. Like, no, you're shaping your own brow. So I start off with the Benefit brow pencil because it's how it's made is really small, it's real little, so it can give you well, it's really meant to give you fine line looks when it comes to brows. And this is a really good pencil to use for outlining. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm outlining the second half, whatever, the bottom half of my brow, the tail of my brow. And I'm doing this real, how would I say? I have a light hand when I'm using it because I'm just dashing little marks just to get my tail looking how I want it to look. And then I start going in a little bit firmer, not too hard because you don't want a bold line already. But you know, you put a little bit more pressure on your skin when you're applying it, and you start shaping your brow and detailing the end because that's what you're doing. So I take my NYX and I go in the front of my brow because that NYX in Expresso, it has more of a brown color to it. It's not as brown black as number 5 from Benefit. So this one has a little bit more natural look. It's still bold, so I do use this one for the front of my brow. Go through with your spoolie, brush it out, look at it, make sure it looks, correct. Make sure it looks like your brow, if that's what you're going for, because I know, some people, they filling their brow, whatever. Oh, I was adjusting the brightness because my eyebrow was darker than, what I'm applying on the camera, so it looked a little different. So I was playing with the brightness just so you can actually see what I'm doing, like where the color at is here, but the camera ain't showing. But that's cool. And you see me now, I'm just going back and forth between the NYX and the Benefit. I'm getting that brown color all over the brow in a way with the NYX, but it's also good. It's a good brow to keep going back and forth with just to get your specific shape. And I did a little bit of filling with this brow too, because it's a little bit more brown than the Benefit. And then with my LA Pro, that's not the LA Pro, the LA Color, they need to change their names. I fill in the rest of my brow, the whole brow, with the LA Colors, just to make sure there's no blotchiness or no uneven colored, I don't know, brow in the brow. This is also, I really do like this pencil. It's cool. It seems like to me it makes your brow look a little bit more thicker or something like that. Like the brow itself, it just looks thicker. So I always thought that was cool. We on to the next side. I'm done with that one. And I'm gonna just speed this part up a little bit because I just did it. So all y'all would really need is just like a speedy overview of this part. So you go in with the benefit. You start out outlining your brow, just like any drawing that you did in art. And then I take the concealer. Oh, Lord have mercy. I take the NYX, okay? And then, I do extend my eyebrow a little bit more. I think I did on my other one too. I extend it out a little bit more so I can fade it. It'll be a little bit more natural, more easier to fade at the end. So then I'm taking, as you just seen, okay, that's why I like using that pencil because it's fat. It's easy to fill in if you're on the go, if you just gotta go somewhere, and you just need a little quick fill in, just a quick darken up brow, whatever, you can do that. You can achieve that with this pencil because it's that good. I like it. I really do. But I'm going back and forth. I'm filling in the rest of the front of the brow with NYX because, like I said, it's more brown, it's a little bit more natural. I don't want to say it's comparable to my skin tone, but it's just a little bit more brown, a little lighter. That's all. And then we good. We good. Yes. And then right here, this is important to me because I know I be messing up when I'm in a rush and I'm just trying to throw some concealer on the brow and, make it look presentable or whatever the heck. I do this. I'm thickening up my brow. I'm thickening up my brow, okay? And I'm making room for mistakes. So when I go back in with my concealer and my brush, I'm gonna slim it down a little bit, but sometimes my brows, they come out like different sizes. So, you gotta mix and maneuver around that. So this step right here allows me to do that. And I do use the LA brow pencil with this because that the product is made so wide, like it's a thick little, no, dispense out thick, whatever. That's really good to fill it in or make them wider. And this step is also necessary for making your brow bolder. From when you're doing your concealer, like the top of the brow, you want to. I hate it when people's foundation blends into their eyebrows. So doing that can really stop that. It's gonna make a bolder top for your brow, if you get what I'm saying. If you don't, my bad. I ain't take speech. Cool. So now we finna get into the concealer, which is the hard part. That's what I was saying. I was like, this is the hard part. Because everything could just go so wrong. You really got to be like at one with your eyebrow. You got to make sure that you calm. Because sometimes when I know I be in a rush, sometimes when I'm in a rush, I do it good. I'm like, boom, bam, did that brow. I'm out of here. And that's the brush you're using. I'm out of here. And sometimes shit just be going left. I'm like, damn. So all you need is a little bit. You don't really need a lot of the L.A Color concealer. You always start at the bottom. If you're a little bit more experienced, you can probably line that thing out from the tip. You feel me? But if you're just starting out or you're not that familiar or you still mess up to this day and you've been doing brows for I don't care how long. If you still messing up to this day, you start with the bottom of your brow. As you can see, you have to make sure that you dip your brush enough and at least slide off enough of the concealer on your hand, because if you don't, it's gonna leave like this little line of extra concealer that don't need to be there, and it's hard to get that off. And sometimes I know it throws out the brow, so you just want to make sure that you have a good amount that's evenly on both sides of your concealer brush, and then you want to go in with thin strokes. Take a little bit more because I already finished, and I'm starting with the next one. This one's a little bit more speed up. I like this brow better. This brow came out good. But you see, I'm literally on the line, and since I made that room for mistake, I can go up a little bit if my eyebrows are a little bit uneven. If you do them a little bit uneven, you can go up, you can go down, but you always got to make sure that brow line is just straight. And I'm doing my upper now. You want to make sure that you don't go in too much on your arch as well if you do have an arch in your brow. You want to make sure that if you got to go slow, if you got to make one stroke, look, make another stroke, and then look, do so, because you can't mess up. Like, some girls don't have arches in their brows. So when they look at a girl that does have an arch in their brow, they be like, oh my God, like, wow, you know what I'm saying? And don't just think I'm just talking shit. Like girls actually told me. I'll be like, oh, well, okay, cool. It's just to prove that, motherfuckers be looking dead at your shit. So like I said, I'm right on the brow. Literally right on it, just perfecting and what really satisfied my eye. So then you're done, or at least I'm done. And I'm going to take my Eco Tool foundation brush. I really like this. There's nothing wrong with the sponge, but I know sometimes, like, if I get a little bit too close, I pounce off some of the product, and I'm like, fuck. So it is a little bit easier to do it with a brush for me. I like it. I ain't got nothing against the sponge, though. It's cool, whatever. But just make sure you blend it all the way down to your eyelid, on your eyelid. Make sure everything is, smooth, nice. Blend it all the way out. Don't leave no blotchy shit, because I remember I did that one time. I did that last week trying to be lazy. And I must have gotten the mirror at work, and I was like, fuck. So this is where I take the spoolie and I fade out the beginning of my brows. You can do this if you don't want to. It don't matter. It do matter if you're trying to go for a natural look, but I know some people that don't do it, and their brows still come out good. So it's up to you, boo. And you done. All right. I'm going to show you in a different lighting, because that lighting back there was a little bit more yellow. But yeah, you see how dark they are. Thank you so much, everybody, for looking at my video. You know how I do my brows now. Tell me if you like it. I'll do a makeup tutorial. My makeup is bomb. Don't sleep.